So I have just arrived in Kotor, Montenegro, a wonderful city just found in between some mountains and the sea. It has a population of 23,000 give or take, and I'm here to explore it for about 8 to 9 hours. Let's get on with the day. Being founded in the 5th century, Kotor has a phenomenal rich culture. So it's been ruled by the Illyrians, the Venetians, the Austrians and the French. And in that time a lot has taken place. However, we have a lot of the original architecture still available to see, which is fantastic and we can't wait to see that. Believe it or not though, Kotor Old Town has been on a UNESCO list of cultural inheritance since 1979. Yes, it's been that long, it's fantastic. Being so old and cultural has meant that a lot of myths and legends are from this town itself. I don't know them off the top of my head, but just know that there's a lot of mystery going on. As well as this, you wouldn't believe it, but Kotor actually has a world famous water polo team as well as skill. Having come to Kotor by ladder of a large cruise ship, we have the privilege of seeing it from the water side. Not a lot of people get a chance to view this, and it's definitely a view that you need to see. The mountains are just fantastic, they're so huge and really, really aesthetic. I think I love this place so far. If you do end up in Kotor but you don't really like history, well, that's a bit of a shame, but there is some incredible activities I can do, mainly to do with these surrounding mountains. Believe it or not, there is a peak of 1,657 meters just nearby that you can hike. It's meant to be fantastic, and there are so many other hikes available, as well as water activities, boat tours, kayaking, and a lake nearby. So there's plenty to do, whether you're into nature, into activities, or you just want to walk around the history. So the entire inner city of Kotor is surrounded by really old walls. These are Venetian built walls that are 65 feet tall and 49 feet wide. They're huge. And around these walls there are 3 main gates that you can get into the inner old town of Kotor. And if you're curious, no, they don't call these walls, they actually call them bulwarks. I'm not sure why that is, but it's a term. At night these walls are actually as bright as torches in a pagan ritual. If you're lucky enough to get to Kotor during one of these cruise ship port days, like we are here right now, believe it or not, but there's a lot more to do, because there's the hop and hop off buses that go right up to the cruise terminal, there's other tours, there's river tours, there's boat tours, as well as these private taxi tours. And these tours are about 2.5–3 hours of all the surrounding areas, and you basically go to the best viewpoints, get the best images. It's pretty fantastic. But in my personal opinion, you really do need great weather for that. It's very overcast and a big cold right now, so yeah, the pictures wouldn't turn out great, and it's 2.5 hours, and it costs €25 per person. That's the standard price. Of course, I do recommend haggling, but that's the standard price. So the town of Kotor is made up of contrasts. You have the old square as well as the new and modern cafes. You have the sound of the ocean as well as the sound of live music throughout the town itself. It's pretty fabulous. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. There are so many stray cats just wandering along these alleyways, and they're so friendly. They just come up to you, they're pretty clean, and like, I've seen one sit on a girl's lap, another one just like walking up to my sister, another one just like starting purring. It's so adorable. This dramatic town is where the president lives in a maze of medieval churches, cathedrals, Venetian palaces, and many different pillars. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's so easy to get lost in the middle of these small narrow alleyways that all look alike. Believe it or not, but the temperature here in Kotor is between 7 degrees in January to around 23, 24 degrees at the peak of summer. At the minute we have about 18 degrees, but that paired with a bit of showers, it feels more like 14, 15. It's still rather lovely. There's no winds in the old town at all, and you really feel the hot air all around you. It's fantastic. Believe it or not, but music is a huge backbone of this whole town and community. You can hear music in the town throughout every single week. It's found in halls, on the streets, in old churches, and even in like museums. It's absolutely fantastic, and there's concerts all year long. So Kotor has many celebrations throughout the year. This includes mass balls, festivals, fishermen's festivals, religious fiestas, and cultural events. So there's something for everyone to do. And apart from that, there's the traditional festivals such as Christmas, New Year's Eve, Easter. So basically, if you're here, you're bound to find some festival to do, and you're going to get some nice cultural activities included. It's absolutely fantastic the way that there's so much going on. So there's a fortress on top of Kotor. It's called St. John's Fortress. And to get there, it's about 1,350 steps. But over there, you have an amazing overlooking view of the whole town, and an actual hike is meant to be fantastic. So that's what I'm planning now. And I hope the weather is not too bad because, you know, it's been raining. I hope the rocks are stable enough to walk on. Let's check it out.
Go. It's 5 minutes already.
It's my husband, I know. I know.
We have decided to go up to the actual fortress, St. John's Fortress. It's quite a bit of walk. People say it's between 40 minutes and an hour. It actually costs €8 to get entrance to this, so be prepared to have that lying around. They have a lot of change, so don't worry if you have a bigger bill, but yeah, €8, that's the entrance cost. So we just passed the church, which is meant to be the middle part of it. There's actually 3 or 4 paths I can take up to the thing. And it's gone quite a lot steeper. I do recommend not going up here if it's raining because the rocks are still slippery, even though it stopped properly raining maybe an hour ago. So yeah, keep that in mind. And it's pretty much to be an amazing walk. A lot of older people even do it, but you know, you need to take your time and be careful. Cool. So let me give you a bit of feedback. This fortress is pretty cool, super old, like ridiculously old. The way to get up here is very long. If you have frail legs, bless, you're not going to make it unless you really do take your time, which is absolutely fine. People on the pathways aren't too nice, you know, you might need to like step off the way, let them pass. That's completely normal, that's fine. And yeah, the views are incredible. I definitely recommend it. It's been pretty cool and it's so old. Like, to anybody who loves history, this is the perfect place. If you guys weren't aware, Kotor has actually fantastic nightlife, a lot of pubs, there's quite a few clubs as well, so you can definitely have fun. And there's also open terraces. These are better for the older generation. It's kind of like a pub with live music in an outside area. It's meant to be really, really nice because the weather's warm, there's nice lighting, and the street has a super nice vibe. This being a Mediterranean city means that the cuisine is traditionally Mediterranean. However, if you're not too fan of that, like say fish, pasta, olive oil, you can also just go into the different restaurants. Like there's many different types. There's Spanish, Italian, Greek, there's all that around. So it's up to you what you like. And I'm pretty happy with the Mediterranean cuisine that's available here. The pizzas are meant to be fabulous. Bow, 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 bow. It's a recording. We're recording. That's good. So I'm just finishing off my day in Kotor, and I have some feedback on you. The city, the old town, is wonderful. It's really nice. It's a bit pricier than the outskirts. We're in the outskirts right now, but it's still not that pricey. Like, think about it. We got beer, like a 500 mils of local beer for €3.50. That's cheaper than any pub in Ireland. Supermarkets, I saw 500 milliliter cans of beer. They were costing approximately 59 cents. That was the cheapest. It's incredible, the prices here. Then comparing to other stuff, some things are a bit more expensive, others are cheaper. Like chocolate is a bit cheaper, but nuts are more expensive. Crisps are comparable. Coffee is a bit cheaper, but they have the Turkish coffee. And yeah, so the prices are not too bad. Like as a travel destination, this is lovely and very affordable. So that was Kotor. I'm going to leave you off with a few more clips from our cruise ship of the general landscape and just the beauty of it. It's been just fabulous, and I definitely recommend you coming here. Right along the coast of Kotor, it's pretty fabulous. You have some kids' toys like slides, swings, that kind of thing, as well as a nice walkway with different boats and seats. It's really nice to just chillax here if you have a few hours to spare, especially like after our cruise day. We went up to the fortress and then come back down. It's a lot of steps, like trust me, oh, the legs will feel it. So this is a really nice place to just chillax after that.